Welcome to the Casual Experience.
Hello casuals, you're welcome to the Casual Experience show, a show for MMA enthusiasts where we talk about fight and give you MMA updates, daily MMA updates. And on this episode, we'll be having the preview of the fight nights that is going to be happening at Tennessee, Nashville, headlined by Derek, the Black Beast, Lewis, and TEIXEIRA. And I'm here with one of my friends, Ferdinand.
Yeah.
How far now?
Man, no bad, man.
You've been everywhere.
Yeah, I can just help it.
From watch party to Dambe to fight night.
Seriously,
it's like fight has taken all over you.
Seriously, I can't help it because once in a while the fight game is it gets hold of you. It takes hold of you in the sense that you just forget about the other sports.
Yeah.
Just the entertainment, the activities is just too much, and it's like I can't even compare it to football because these week in, week out, we keep seeing different fights and different promotions. And since Dembe's arrival, not because of the arrival anyway, it has been on for like 19th centuries. But since it became more popular in city centers, Abuja, Lagos, and all of some parts of Africa, it's becoming more popular than most promotions.
And thanks to the UFC has not been here for long. I mean, there's been fighting promotions, but like the UFC is just 32 years old.
32 years,
unlike boxing that have been here for hundreds of years. But talking about the surgence of MMA, have you heard of UFC White House that is going that wants to happen? Trump said he wants a UFC event in the White House.
Trump has been a friend.
Unheard of.
Yeah, he said it during the 4th of July, the independence. Americans celebrated 250 years of independence, and Trump is a gangster, which I like. Imagine a
UFC event in the front lane. In the front lane of the White House.
You know what he said? He said there are a lot of lands. Land is just wasting. We need to do something spectacular.
And he's now spurred reactions from fighters, specifically from John Jones. John Jones has entered. Well, that's what he said. He said he has re-entered the testing pool.
Yes.
When he said he's retired and he left his belt. Once you retire, you come out of the testing pool of USADA. Don't test you anymore. You can take anything, steroid, anything you like. But after that event, the comments by Donald Trump. Jones said he's re-entered the testing pool. But can you imagine a UFC White House event headlined by John Jones? Even Conor McGregor was messaging Dana White. Did you see their conversation?
I saw
he sent Dana White a voice note. Dana White replied him and I love it.
He wants to fight Chandler.
He called out Chandler.
Yeah, he wants to fight Chandler. And one thing about Trump is a fan of UFC.
Obviously,
He's a Khabib fan. And Kobe Covington also is his guy, and Kamaru Usman too. He enjoys the fight game. He's he's the only American president I've seen that's been present in the UFC events for so many times.
He was one of the people that embraced them when even New York didn't entertain fighting. They didn't entertain the UFC. They didn't allow them fight. They didn't sanction their fights.
No.
Trump, just the way he did with boxing when he made Ali
Tyson,
Tyson to fight in the Trump Towers. He did that too with Dana White.
There was the time he was even managing the finances of Ike Tyson when he was still. In sports, I feel like in sports and entertainment, he has
passion for it.
And love for the fight.
And the supposed event is supposed to, if it's going to hold a place, it's going to be taking a place on Independence Day. That's 4th of July 2026. It's next year, and it's going to take a whole lot of planning. For that kind of card, you obviously need an American champion. Headline.
Yes.
And right now we don't have any American champion. He's only Kayla Harrison.
Exactly.
The lady that just And Tom Aspinall in his own heavyweight now, that is now the heavyweight champion. He's saying he wants to fight 4 times.
This year?
No, not this year anymore. But
he wants contract.
He felt he's taking a whole lot of time
to get a fight now.
No thanks to John Jones, and he just wants to fight 4 times.
Like, what do you think about John Jones being showing a little bit of interest in these bouts because of due to the comments of Donald Trump?
But he's a big boy now. John Jones is a big boy, and his name will always carry weight. There's no how he comes back. Imagine him and Thomas Pinal.
Oh my God, he's going to
UFC White House. He's not going to UFC White House. It even sounds. It doesn't sound somehow.
It shows that the White House belongs to the American people.
Yes.
Right? It shows the form of like he takes the country along in the sense that, imagine having, he said, about 20,000, 25,000 capacities. You know, that's a lot of people. You know.
Yeah.
And the price will not be normal, you know.
Yeah.
As an American man and as a businessman too.
And maybe a Conor will definitely headline that if he comes back.
He will be there. He will want to fight Chandler that day.
He has to headline because he still remains the biggest.
Win, lose or draw.
The biggest name, eh?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. And what's up with this Georgian and Dagestani rival that just seems to be taking over the place? Yeah. Not specifically wrestling, but they are arguing over their strengths.
And a competition with each other.
Yeah, there's a competition, obviously.
Yeah.
And is it not just marveling to you that we have 5 Georgians?
Yeah.
5 Georgians in the UFC. And 2 of them are champion, pound for pound.
Yes, it's good. I really like that. You know, one thing about the Georgians, the Dagestani has actually taken their, their glory, because the Dagestani fighters are using their wrestling tools to overcome other fighters, which has who has striking and everything. But the Georgians are trying to prove to them that we are also better than you guys. Because I saw a video about a priest, a monk in Georgia, an Orthodox Christian, teaching most fighters, and he has a gym. A priest having a gym in his leisure time. He goes there to train guys and everything.
I think it's a cultural.
It's a culture,
and they are just 3 million. They are 3 million in the whole country of Georgia.
Yeah, they're not small. They're not much.
Dagestani are 3.2 million.
Yeah.
Now we have to. We have 2 top Dagestani too in the UFC. We have Ankalev, the light heavyweight champion. And we have Islam, who's just relinquished his belt to go up to chase greater glory. But for all the noise now, Georgian seems to be taking over now because of Ilia Tupuye.
Do you know why? Because after Islam left the division and moved up, many behind, they believe that he left because of Ilya. And Ilya is always using him to troll him. I don't know if you've seen the recent video where he was trolling the whole of Khabib boys. That Khabib advised Islam to leave the division because of his arrival. So I saw reasons to that. Just like what I said, John Jones left because of Thomas Pinal. Many thought that he just left, but why is John Jones playing with our emotions?
But I would on the Ilya thing, I would beg to differ. I just feel like Topuria is good now. It's the less level, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at the competition of who they are going to face or who they faced, Ilya just knocked out Charles in lightweight. Can you compare the competition of JDM to Charles? That Islam is going to go and be meeting in welterweight.
JDM is at his peak.
And knowing that he's a champion. Islam is going to go and meet a champion, right?
A prime champion.
A prime champion. While Ilya just knocked out, I'm not going to call Charles a journeyman.
No, he's not a journeyman.
But still, he's not up to the caliber. In fact, I'll put a Dustin Poirier over Charles.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Now, Islam, I don't know. Islam is just in the middle. Either you fight JDM, you lose, or you come down, face me. That's So it's going to be difficult for Islam.
I think I would have given more. I'm not taking away from the quality and the performance of Ilya. But I think I would have given more resonance to that win if it was Aman. If it was Aman he knocked out.
Aman, due to their similarities, right?
Yes, and knowing that Aman obviously is of higher caliber or quality than Charles. Yeah. But let's dive into our card this fight night.
The beasts.
Yes, we are having our homemade man. My balls is hot. Joe Rogan asked him, why did you take off your pants? He just knocked out someone. Joe Rogan asked him, why did you take off your pants? He said, my balls is hot. Because my balls is hot.
But those time was crushing on Ronda Rousey.
Yes, now. He said, where is Ronda Rousey? Where's Ronda Rousey fine ass is? They were interviewing him. And the interviewer was telling him that he just interviewed Ronda Rousey. That was when Ronda Rousey was the top female, a big name there. He said, did she ask about me?
Yeah, he was. That was Olivier now. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
They said they wanted to give him a champion. They wanted to give him a championship shot. He said he doesn't want any champion. Maybe they don't bring championship belts on Metamo. He said, I'm not a championship caliber. Just give me fights.
He just I love when he made that comment.
Yes.
Right? You know, okay, starting from the beginning of his life, that's the Black
Derrick Lewis.
Lewis. The guy has been through hell because growing up at age 17, he was born in New Orleans. The family moved down to Texas. He wasn't born in Texas anyway. From there, he had a assault.
Yeah.
I assaulted someone and he was on probation, went on jail for 5 years due to, good behavior. They gave him 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
After coming out from there, he was coached by George Foreman.
Yeah, the boxer.
The former boxer.
Has crazy knockout power.
81 fights.
Yeah.
76 victory, 5 losses. You know, this guy he's also a humanitarian. One thing about Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
He once helped those hurricane victims.
Yeah. That was a couple of years ago.
2023, Hurricane Harvey. He saved over 100 persons with his truck.
Yeah.
You know, and he once caught a thief that tried to burgle his car by himself. He held the thief down and called the cops.
Yeah.
Today he's a beast in the ring, humanitarian outside the ring.
Yeah.
So inside out of him, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
And he's just naturally funny.
He's catching his fun.
He's just funny. Like out of all most fighters that I watch, their post interviews, fight interview, Derrick Lewis post interviews are always the best. Yes. He's always just having all these nuggets to say.
Just like Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz is a gangster kind of. I don't send kind of.
People like him.
I'm just Derrick Lewis is funny.
He's funny.
He's a funny man. Yeah. And for all his fun, he has the most knockouts in UFC history. Those hands are no jokes, man.
The one he did to Curtis Blaze was just too powerful.
Just snoozed him out.
Yeah.
But let me give you some stats,
Yeah.
Derrick is 40 years old.
Yeah.
Just to let you know the state of how poor the heavyweight division is. He's 40 years old.
Yeah.
He's ranked number 9.
Number 9, yeah.
He has 28 wins, 12 losses.
Yeah.
No non-decision.
No non-decision, yeah.
Yes.
No contest.
The last fight, he fought Nascimento 2024, which was a TKO win. That was his last fight.
Yeah.
Now, in his last 5 fights, he's lost 3.
Wow.
He's lost 4 rather.
1-1.
Yes, just 1-1. On the flip side of it,
man.
he's meeting a prime Talison TEIXEIRA Silva, who is 25 years old. He's 8 wins and is undefeated.
Yeah.
Good. His first fight,
Tafara.
His first fight was
UFC. Yes. In the UFC.
His first fight was a Tafa.
Yeah.
That he got the performance of the night.
Yeah, Justin Tafa.
And after his first fight, they ranked him 13th.
Well, okay.
That tells you the state of how poor the heavyweight division is.
I don't know if you realize that Talison is also the tallest MMA fighter. He's the tallest.
Taller than Nzechukwu.
He's taller than him. He's about 6'7" or so. He's the tallest MMA fighter. So this guy is in his prime now as it stands. His age is not even closer to him, you know. To Derrick Lewis, he's having fun. And this guy he's just at his peak. He's looking for a way to get the belt. So I feel like you said earlier, the division has been a poor division for some time now due to John Jones running away from Thomas Pinal. So I feel like it was hindering more new challenges on the division. So I got to figure out that giving this guy an opportunity and moving him down to the 13th is not a bad idea, because they're also looking for new persons to come up. Because if you check the division, they've had like the top 15 has been people that we are familiar with.
Yeah.
We've not seen new faces for some time now.
Yeah.
So having Talison to be on the card and making his way and being undefeated
And I heard the UFC even wants to sign a formidable heavyweight fighter right now.
So I feel like they also need that more new, enticing and exciting fighters to come up and challenge for the belts, because Tom is feeling like the boss in the building now. Yeah, I'm the champion, and John Jones ran away from me because I'm the champion. So if I need new competitors in order for him to make him look.
But for this bout, what do you see and how do you see it going?
Well, he's going to knock out Derek Lewis. He's going to, like, it's a flawless victory, because I don't see Derek has already, it's not like he lost that. He can get a cheap shot and hit this guy.
The power still there.
The power is still there, no doubt. He's an exciting fighter, and one of the most underrated fighters so far.
Yeah.
Right from time, people have been underrating him because of they feel like he just go there looking for a knockout, and he doesn't have grappling skills, which we all know about. But Taliesin is at his prime. His knee, his elbow, he's just like you comparing tears and ocean,
Yes. So I see, for me too, I totally agree with you. I see Taliesin TKOing Derek.
Yeah.
I just feel Derek, the only, for all his athleticism, the only thing he counts on is his knockout power right recently. And I feel Taliesin will just be too slick for him, moving his feet about, and eventually gassing him out and TKOing him.
And don't forget about the reach.
Yeah. That's what I see. If he uses his jabs effectively, just the way Volkov did against Derek before he got caught and got knocked out.
Yeah, you're right.
And for Komen, we have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah, and this, for me, it seems to be a card of old experienced head against youth.
Yeah, because once in the UFC, they still have contracts, a lot of contracts with those old guys, and you can't just let them go since they still have the love for the sport. Like, they still have their rankings. So in order for them to lose the ranking, they have to face people that are ready to replace them on their rankings. Yeah. Thompson is an old guy and one of the most respectful MMA fighters.
Yeah, he is, and
loved by many. Even he doesn't have any bad blood.
No, he doesn't beef with anyone.
Do you remember the scuffle he had with Tyron Woodley when they were having a back and forth way back? Tyron won him twice, but that bout, I would like you to watch that bout, the first fight and the second fight. It's something you always wish to watch again, because it was value for money and value for time. He actually gave Tyron Woodley a chase for the belt, but he lost both anyway. But it was nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about what's it called, Thompson, like, still being on this roster? Because I thought he has retired, really. When I said, I was surprised.
His last win was against Kevin Holland. And as you asked, let me give some stats. He's 42 years old. We know him as a good karate, elite karate fighter. He trains little kids. He's 17 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw. He's on a 2 fights losing streak.
Yes.
Both of them finishes. Buckley knocked him out. And then Shafkat finished him. As much as I feel that Wonderboy is still a good martial artist, it boils down to pairing for me.
Exactly.
Someone as old as that, and that the UFC knows that he still has a name. I feel they should be feeding him like strikers, like mind strikers, not someone that that you will go in there and grapple the hell out of him.
Now, let me tell you something about this UFC. UFC, just like what Ilya said.
But we want fun fights too.
We want fun fights. Ilya, they're also talking about those that are qualified and ready for it. This is the fight game, the fight business. You have to be ready to fight. Just like when someone told Ilya that Ilya now said, if somebody when somebody attacks you on the street, are you going to ask him if you're on the same weight class, right? Same goes to the UFC. These guys, Dana doesn't give a damn whether you're a grappler, striker.
But Dana pairs prospects, right?
Yes.
What I'm just saying is, like, when Conor McGregor was coming up, even though he didn't give a demo he wanted to fight, they paired him right. When these are UK boy, Scousers don't get knocked out. Paddy, they paired him right. If they had paired him with Ilya Topuria early in his career or something, he would have gotten knocked out. the UFC, regardless of whether they don't care about you, just have to fight, right? I still feel they still have a sense of let's give this guy this. But it doesn't resonate that way to the old heads. I understand that sometimes you have to give the old heads to the young wolves to devote. Let's see how good the young wolves is. But fighters like Stevie Thompson, that is a good, like he still holds his name, still old waters.
Yes,
he has a standing style of fighting. When they were pairing him with Kevin Holland, I was like, those are good peers.
Yes.
When they pair him with MVP, those are good peers. And at the same time, we see entertaining fights. We get to see entertaining fights.
Just like Thompson, huh?
Yes.
Do you know that he's unbeaten in kickboxing?
Well, I know he was a prodigy. I don't know.
He had 0 losses in kickboxing.
Now, see who they are pairing him against. Gabriel Bonfim, a killer, an hungry killer.
Bonfim is just too. Just like
we could just go without even analyzing it. We could just go to the conclusion of what's going to happen.
Exactly.
He's going to submit him or knock him out.
Yeah, he's going to knock him out because Thompson has lost the speed he used to have.
Yes.
I know, like,
and it depends on movement.
Exactly.
He relies on a lot of movement.
This guy will just rumple him like I don't know. He's going to rumple him so easily in the sense that he's not going to get himself at first round because this guy.
I feel if once Gabriel grabs hold of him, it's over.
Yes. He will grapple from 0 to the 15th of 25 minutes.
Yeah. So, what's your prediction?
You already know the prediction. Like down to the heavyweight. I'm going to go out with
not heavyweight. I mean this fight.
Yeah, this fight. He's losing the fight. Thompson is losing the fight against
Gabriel Bonfim. How do you see it going?
He's going to go out knockout serious. Yeah. Because this guy, like I said, mixing old versus new guys is for me. I feel if not because of the fighting game and the fighting business, it's something you should not do, But this guy is more desperate and more eager, hungry.
Because he's 27 years old and he just had one loss. He's on a two fight winning streak. Yeah,
and this guy has had a series of losses. And you can't just compare them. Serious, it's incomparable.
And we have a lot. I feel. Just looking at the cards overall, we have pretty good average fights on the main card. We have Kelvin Keita and Steve Garcia.
Yeah.
Do you know this guy, Nate Landwehr? The guy that always does like Johnny Walker. He does his lie and kisses his hand. He's going to be fighting Morgan Cheré, which I fancy Cheré to win that fight. Then on our prelims, which I want us to go on, we have Max Griven, Chris Curtis, great fight. But our own Nigerian fighters, we have Jake Matthews and Chidi Bang Bang Njukani. Yeah. Let me give you a stats before I ask you how you see the fight playing out. Jake Matthews is 30 years old.
Yeah.
He has 21 wins and 7 losses. He's on a 3-win streak, fight winning streak. He has 3 wins. No, he's on a 2-fight winning streak, rather. He has 3 wins in his last 5 fights. Yeah. Both of them are out of the top 15. They are not ranked, right? Also, on the flip side, Chidi Bang Bang is 36 years old. He has 25 wins and 10 losses. He's on a 3-fight winning streak too. Exactly. In fact, his last fight against Zaleski was one of his best performances. I watched that fight and it was mad. He just looked mean.
These guys are, the African power, the blood and the expectations from us.
Yeah.
One thing about Nigerian fighters, most especially African fighters, we expect a lot from you.
Yeah.
First, your family members over there. Second, the Nigerians in diaspora. Third, at home. And fourth, online.
Yeah.
Because they will maul your name out if once you lose to a foreigner. Because we don't care whether you're strong, you're the top form. All you want from you is get the win. Get the win by all means necessary. Because look at his winning streak. Imagine his age difference to this guy.
6 years.
6 years differences. And you think he's going to... He also wants to be at like maybe the top 10 or something to get something out of it.
But he's almost at the twilight of his career, depending on how we see it. It's 36.
What about Anderson Silva?
No, you won't. Don't even know that comparison.
I want you to get something.
Leave Anderson Silva.
Okay, why?
There are outliers. There are outliers that their talent carries them through age.
Okay, don't you feel like?
I mean, you can't see someone 36 years old. I'm not saying he's not possible. He's good. But you can't see him 36 years old with 25-10 record out of the top 15, and then you are putting comparison with Anderson
like
Silva.
I'm not comparing their achievements.
How they will last.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the time of their prime, their age at that time.
Okay, that when they became prime. Daniel Cormier entered his prime in his late 30s.
Exactly.
He fought John Jones when he was 38 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah. So are you now saying Chidi is at his prime right now?
Yeah, because if you just imagine
why based on his last performance.
Exactly. Actually, I was having goosebumps when I saw that bout. I was like, come on.
He finished him with knee and elbow.
Yeah.
And it was a fight performance of the night fight.
Victories builds off your momentum sometimes. We all feel like, no, he's going to knock him out. Sometimes the experience plays a big role. Against, what do you think about John Jones and Perez on that bout?
You're still letting us go to John Jones.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to go back to John Jones. Is because John Jones is the name of the
this is the welterweight bout.
Yeah. I just want to give you a little bit of a pint, of what's happened on that bout. John Jones used his experience
against
Perez. No, Reyes, sorry.
Reyes. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think on that bout? I think it's about speed and age.
That was a debatable fight.
Yeah.
It's not like John Jones outclassed him or outshone him.
Yeah.
Arguably, most people thought Reyes won.
Reyes won, yeah.
But we're talking about Chidi, Bang Bang, and Jake Matthews. Yeah. What do you see? What are the comparisons? How do you see the fight playing out?
It's going to go as our guy is going to win. Chidi's Njokwano will not follow our hands.
In what way?
He's going to knock out. He's going to come up to the knockouts because his last victory, like I said, gave him the upper edge.
Boost up,
the boost up. You know, the momentum he had previously and now. You know, why do you think that John Jones he always come up with a win regardless of whatsoever who he face? Not because of the belts most times, because of the streak. And you having a good fight last time and getting to fight this time, I feel like he's going to come out victorious in it.
Matthews also is on a streak.
He also has a 2 winning streak. Yeah. Matthew is younger, which I know he's younger.
Yeah. Anyways, this is I see playing out. I feel Jake Matthews, the Celtic kid, is going to dominate Chidi. I want Chidi to win, but I feel he's going to grapple him and take him to the ground. I see Chidi as an advanced version or on the same par version as Neil Magny. Yeah. They have the same body type. They have the same body structure. In fact, they fight alike, both with pace and kicks and strikes and all. But if Matthews isn't caught in one of those devastating elbows or knees, I see him out grappling him.
Matthew
and possibly TKing him or dominating the rounds.
Matthew is younger, which is okay. And I know, I get your points now.
Yeah.
Matthew is an Australian kid, right? Born in 1994, August 19. He's 30. All I want to say about Matthew is that the momentum he has is based on Alexander the Great and JDM. Those guys who propel him to also want to do something funny to Chidi. But as a Nigerian, I won't come up. I'm going to follow my emotions this time because Chidi is going to come out victorious in that fight because this is not Matthew's time to come up at all.
Yeah, and for the next person that we're going to be picking this fight is Kennedy Nzechukwu and Walter Walker. Walter Walker is the brother of Johnny Walker, that fights also in lightweight. Now this is some stats that we could parry on. Kennedy is 33 years old.
Yeah.
He has 19 fights, 14 of which are wins, 5 losses. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. He has 3 wins in 5 fights, and his last fight was his last fight was performance of the night against who? Against Lukasz Szczecki. That was his last fight that he won. Yeah. Now let's go to Walter. Walter is 27 years old.
Yes, younger.
He has 14 wins and 14 fights. 13 wins and 1 loss. Yeah. Guess who that 1 loss was against? Lukasz Szczecki. His 1 loss is against the Lukasz Szczecki that
he won.
He had and had the performance of the night. But after his loss against Szczecki, he's on I mean Volta.
Volta,
After his loss against Szczecki, he's been on a two fight winning streak. He won Dante Mal by heel hook.
Wow, this is not going to be like a normal bout, because Volta is not going to. He feels he's already under pressure with this bout.
Yeah.
Because my thoughts, with the way it is, Kennedy also has. I feel like this guy has this like. He feels like he has defeated the guy that has had a victory. Has killed his streak.
Yeah.
He mauled him. So both guys will be under pressure because it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. And I feel Kennedy sometimes some of his bouts, you see him in grueling fights. That when you see what was this guy up to? And then some fights he doesn't just come to perform.
He wants to win. Like, see his reach is also an advantage for him, because the last time he has a specific jab and the elbows too. I don't know.
I think it's going to be like a kickboxing match. This is why I see it. Where both of them are just trying to eat each other with strikes and then try to kick each other out.
No, Walker will want to grapple.
Yeah,
because Chidi also has a little bit of defense when it comes to grappling.
No, Kennedy,
sorry, I always make mistake with our guys. Kennedy has a defense, because I've watched what there was about he had. The defense was better than most fighters, and though he trained because they had an interview with Ariel last time, and I saw some clips which was out about him training in
how do you see the fight going?
Man, I don't want to be emotional in it, but it's going to go bloody, because Walter will not want to lose to both guys.
Yeah,
that was the number one key thing. Like, what do you think about?
I'll also be picking Walter Walker too.
No, I'm going to go with you.
And not Kennedy, sorry. Yeah. And I think it's going to be an unanimous decision. Win.
Yeah, I thought of that, because both guys are sensitive.
Yeah,
it's going to be a sensitive rounds, and my view about it is, I pray because I don't think that it's going to be.
I want Kennedy to
knock him out. I want him to knock him out.
I want him to win
because of his reach.
Yes, I want him to win because he seems to be a good guy, and I like the way he fights when he chooses to fight.
Yes,
but. As I said, I think this card is just a battle of old heads against youth, and I feel in these fights, most of the youthful fighters, or the younger fighters are going to triumph. They are going to come out triumphant.
So, what was your favorite fight on this card?
Yeah, I think that Landmeyer is going to be a great fight, because he's never Nate Landmeyer. He's never been in a boring fight, and the person is going to be fighting Morgan Cherrier, the French guy too.
Yeah.
I feel that one will grapple him.
Grapple. Well, he's going to.
Kelvin Keita is fighting.
Yes,
he's fighting Steve Garcia. So there are a lot of great fights. If you're going to ask me my picks, Derek Lou, Taliesin to TKO Derek.
Yeah.
Gabriel Bonfim to TKO or submit Stephen Thompson, Steve Garcia to win Calvin Keita, Morgan Cherrier to dominantly win Nate Cherrier. Anyways, in our group we'll be dropping our predictions, and whoever wants to.
What about your Nigerian guys?
Well, unfortunately, both of them, I'm picking against them. I feel Jake Matthews is going to. I watched 3 of his fights.
Yeah.
Jake Matthews fight. Styles make fights, right?
Yeah, sure.
I feel Chidi, the way he fights. When I was coming out, I was watching Chidi's fight, and I noticed that one of his kryptonites is grappling.
He's grappling, yeah.
Jake is going to grapple the hell out of him.
Yeah, Jake was training with he converted to Islam, and he was training with Khabib for some time. And
you see,
I saw most of his stuff recently. He has been. I'll take it to come to Dagestan 2 to 3 years.
But Chidi should be able to keep it. Sorry.
Yeah, when this guy Islam say come to Dagestan 2 to 3 years.
Yes, 2 to 3 years.
So most guys are actually doing that on the ground.
I saw a man gave birth to a baby. He gave birth to a baby today, and the baby was born with full hair. The next thing he wrote is that we are going to Dagestan tomorrow. He was not touching the hair.
Oh my
he
God.
was touching the baby hair to know that, obviously when they get there, they shave all the hair and everything.
Yeah, these guys are just. I like the region. Like what's Mr.
It's hard.
Yeah, like
it's a hard region.
Yeah.
Even the way you see the rock is the
mountains
rock and
just too,
mountain is a hard region.
Yeah.
Everything about that region is harsh.
Yes.
It's just the people that choose to be peaceful when they want to be peaceful.
Yes.
Because characteristically, they are just hard.
They are
people.
different. Yeah. They were looking for their own region too. But they were not been able to get their own region. But I figured out that. What do you think about the rivalry between these two guys, the Georgians and the Dagestani? Because it has actually taken a hold out of everyone now, the fighters. And what do you think about? I want to ask you one more. Now we've talked about Islam and Ilya. If the bout happens to come up, who is going to be your pick on that bout? Yeah,
I feel just the way Khabib, for him to get to that point of stardom.
Yeah.
Everybody had always liked Khabib before the corner fight.
Yeah.
But for him to get to that point where he got to, he needed a corner.
Yes.
I feel Ilya and Islam need themselves to get to that point. Topuria is a star already, but imagine Islam winning JDM and having the welterweight belt, and imagine now Topuria going up and both of them fighting. Imagine a card with Islam and Topuria as the headline. That's going to be, it's going to accelerate Islam into the kind of stardom. I'm sure it's not what he wants. I guess it's not what he's craving for, but it's going to take him to a point of stardom where
where Conor and Khabib
got to.
Because most guys, people are actually coming up with such predictions. I saw some clips earlier. People are coming up with some predictions. Their fantasy, wishful thinking, and all of that stuff.
But I think Ilya's gas tank hasn't just been tested yet. Like Islam's gas tank has been tested. At least Volk took him to the 5th round. Islam, I was watching Ilya and Charles fight again yesterday. The recent fight. I was watching it yesterday, and there was an incident that I noticed that has been subtly missed by fans. By the time when you rewatch fights, when you see some flaws, you tend to see new things. This is what I saw yesterday, and I might be wrong.
What was that?
When Charles took him down, when Charles tried taking him down, and then they flipped, and he was on top of Charles, where he was trying to crucifix Charles. Then he stood up.
The leg, right?
Yeah. When Charles was now trying to do the heel look, and Ilya stood up, I could see a little bit of panting, he waited like 30 seconds when he was kicking his leg. Now, when he was kicking Charles' leg, he was waiting. I think he was just trying to regain his breath there. But for another person, with like a Nate Diaz gas tank or Merab gas tank, I don't know. Everybody says he's all rounded. Everybody that's trained with him said he's all rounded. But I think his gas tank needs to be tested. Be tested. Well,
for me, I feel like after fighting the 3 top guys, come on, Max Holloway, for the Alexander the Great coming up with Charles. Many people are actually coming up with their take on that, about saying that they are not on their prime. But I wouldn't want a situation whereby if he beats Islam, I don't know, people might feel like he's not on his prime. Also, I don't know, like what people say about it, because it's crazy for you to say Charles is not on his prime. Volkanovski is the current champion now. Why would people come up with words like they are not on their prime? Like, I feel like Ilya is just, like you said, the new school champion. He's just like the GOC. What's it called? General Officer Commanding now in that division. Seriously, this guy is just too good, And I like the way, like you said on that bout, it was crazy because for him to stand up, but it takes a grappler and a wrestler for you to escape from another wrestler. It takes a whole lot on him for him to do that.
Let's go to our card back. This is our card. Okay. The prelims is going to be starting 11 o'clock. 11 p.m. Yeah. So Nigerian time. So many people are going to tune in. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting card. And
always.
I want you to round up your your picks on the fight we talked about.
Okay.
Derrick Lewis, Taliesin,
via knockout.
Thompson, Gabriel Bonfim,
via knockout.
Bonfim is going to knock out Thompson.
Knockout,
Jake Matthews, Chidi Bambang.
Chidi is going to come up with a decision.
Okay.
100%.
And Kennedy Izechukwu versus Volta Walker.
God, I don't want him to lose, but let me not follow my emotions.
Yeah.
Chidi is coming up tall.
No, Kennedy.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know.
Fine.
I like Kennedy.
And guys, let's know your thoughts. In the comments. Let's know who you think is going to be winning between Jake and Chidi. Let's know who's going to be winning between Kennedy and Volta. Also, Derek Lewis and Taliesin and Stephen Thompson and Gabriel Bonfim. Let's know your pick. Let's chat in the comments section, and whenever you watch our program, guys, kindly subscribe. We are doing great things here, and your support, your likes and your comments shows a great lot of support. And Ferdinand, thank you once again for being here.
Shout out to the Casual Experience.
Yes, and guys, there's space for sponsorship. There's space for promotions. We have the space, and let's grow with us to while we on our way to the sky. And on this episode, it's a wrap, yo.
Welcome to the Casual Experience.